सुनो, देखो सुनो मत भूलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Please repeat after me. Om Bhadrang Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha. भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः. स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु. ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. Now those who have got a book in their hand, they will be objecting, because there are two times mentioned after first part, Bhadram Karnebhi. After this mantra, there is Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Again, after the Ruddra Shrava, Indra, etc., again there is Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So why you have said only once? Why not twice? If you become too Shanta, you will sleep. Just to keep you awake, I have chanted only once. But in fact, those who sleep in the lecture, I like them the most. First of all, their purpose of coming to satsang is fulfilled. Second thing, they have no comments. Third thing, they have the highest appreciation. Swamiji, you are awesome. They actually mean awful. But by mistake they say awesome. Therefore remain alert. See, actually Upanishadic study is made early in the morning. But Bombay is a Maya Nagari. When in the Maya Nagari we have the Brahma Chintan, so it will be also clouded with the Maya. And therefore we imagine this is early morning. And maybe people in Bombay sleep the whole day. Therefore, for them, this is early morning. So, the first verse we have seen, offering prayers, Mangala Charanam. Now, the second prayer is Yo Vishwatma Vidijana Vishayat Prashya Bhogan Savishtan Paschan Anyan Somati Vibhavan Jyotisha Sveda Sukshman Sarvanetan Punarapishanaihi Swatmani Sthapayitva Hitva Sarvan Visheshan Vigata Gunaganaha Pavatvaso Nasturiyaha. Now here in this second prayer, it is the process of absorption. See, first was the process of explanation. Now absorption. What is that? Yo Vishwatma, the one who is the essence of the whole universe. Mandukya Upanishad has, this is the basic thing to be known. In technical language, Brahman is simultaneously the material and efficient cause of this world. See, material cause means the objective world. efficient cause means the subjective experiencer. Both the subject and the object both are the expressions of the same reality. And therefore, when we are studying from the objective reality point of view, we absorb everything in us. So, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. And when we take the objectivity as real, we drop it and come to discover ourselves. So, there are two approaches in Upanishad or Vedanta. First is Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahma Iva Naparaha. The world is an illusion and you are the reality, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. And the second approach is Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. Now both of them ultimately lead to the same situation. When we come to recognize this whole world is just an illusion, we cannot have desires for illusions. See? That is why the wise people don't get married. See, when a boy falls in love with somebody, he has desired the illusion. What was the illusion? After marriage I will be happy. Illusion. See? And therefore, this world when you take as an illusion, no desire. And when you take this world as your own being, no desire. So how should we understand the whole scriptural approach? Is only Kathopanishad, the last verse. Yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya hridishritaha athamartyaha amruto bhavati atra brahma samashnate. When we attain a state of desirelessness, we have merged in the absolute. See friends, desire separates us from our divine nature. Therefore here, Yo Vishvatma, this all-pervading reality, Vidhija Vishayan Prapshya Bhogan Savishtan. So in the waking world, he is enjoying, experiencing the waking world. Paschat thereafter, Swatmani in his own being, Swamati Vibhavan, then he goes on projecting, imagining in the dream. And Jyotishasvena Sukshman, by his own light of knowledge, he experiences all the dream world. Then Sarvanetan Punrapishalaihi Swatmani Sthapayitva. So all of them which were projected in the waking and the dream, again they are absorbed in himself. Swatmani Sthapayitva, then Hitva Sarvan Visheshan. Now this point yesterday also I expressed very deeply. Please recognize this point, very important. See, spiritual practice is not becoming someone extraordinary. Remain ordinary. Drop extra, including fat. See? So, Hitva Sarvan Visheshan. How many Visheshata, how many specialities we have added to ourselves. And therefore we suffer. See? Now, the specialities are starting from the most useless one. See? Amchi Mumbai. Satyanas. Therefore, Sarvan Visheshan Hitva Vigata Gunaganaha. And free from all the desires, Sattva Rajas Tamas, Patu Asau Nasturiyaha. So may we come back to our Turiya. Now Turiya also understand. Sanskrit language is Turiya means fourth. But Vedanta wise, Turiya means the only one. See, one man alone becomes three. The son, the husband, the father. Because we are referring the three, therefore out of formality, we have to say the fourth is the man. But the truth is, man alone is the truth. All these things are aupadhik anekata. Because of the conditioning, one appears to have become many. You remove the conditionings, you are the one. This experience we all have in deep sleep. Alas, we don't recognize this. The moment we recognize our experience of deep sleep, we are realized. See? So, Hitva Sarvan Visheshan Vigata Gudaganaha Patu Asau Nasturiyaha. This Turiya Tattva, may he protect us. So, two aspects. One is our spiritual practice should be sincerely done. Second thing, we must invoke the divine grace. See, in Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva atmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmana. We must put sincere efforts. But that doesn't mean our effort will be the last word. No. Our efforts must be supported by the divine grace. See, this is the most important aspect. Normally what happens? Little bit of Vedanta here and thereafter we become a very wise and argumentative and logical. No. Without devotion, your Vedanta is incomplete, and without Vedanta, the devotion is incomplete. Both of them are simultaneously required. With this, now we enter what Bhagavan Shankaracharya has to say as an introduction to this beautiful Upanishad. Om iti etad aksharam sarvam tasya upavyakyanam sarva vedanta sara sangraha bhutamidam prakarana chatushtayam om iti etad aksharam ityadya arabhyate. See? Now this Upanishad begins with this word Om iti etad aksharam sarvam. This is how the Upanishad begins. I will come step by step. Now what we are doing, Bhagavan Shankara says, Tasya upavyakyanam. Now we are going to explain it in such a manner. What manner? Vedanta artha saraha sangraha bhutamidam prakaranam. It is the essence of the total Vedanta. Vedanta sara sangraha. See, essence. What is that essence? Essence is me. See, we are not talking about Brahman somewhere above the clouds. The sar, therefore it is a upavyakyanam. Upavyakyanam means upa means close, upavasa. See, upadesha, upanishada. Upa is close. Therefore, tasya upavyakyanam. And the explanation and dealing of this mantra will be such a manner that while listening itself, we will come back to our divine nature. Friends, knowledge happens at the time of listening. If we imagine, after I listen, then I will remember, it is not posthumous recognition. While we are listening, that time alone the knowledge happens. See, friend, therefore one of our happy mantra is, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. And now see, it is so simple. We don't have to do anything to be in the present. But problem is, we are constantly running in the time, space and object. Therefore, upavyakyanam. If we are sincerely attending every word with complete attention, here itself the knowledge takes place. And how it is? How simple it is, see? We have no choice but to live now. We cannot live yesterday. We cannot live tomorrow. We have to live now. All activities, good or bad, satsanga or dusanga, that happens now. See? And therefore, if we are listening to satsanga in the 100 now, you are done with. Nothing more. See, friends. Therefore, tasa upavyakyanam. If we sincerely attend to every word, the truth will be revealed now and here. Prakarana chatushtayam om iti etad aksharam ityadya arabhyate. Now this Upanishad actually is only the first chapter, Agam Prakaranam. There are only 12 mantras. But on this Upanishad, Bhagavan Shankaracharya's guru was Govindapadacharya and his guru was Gaudapadacharya. Gaudapadacharya, Gauda means Bengal. So Gaudapadacharya was a great Bengali master. I am telling about that time. Go in the past for time. Presently it is Gauda. So Gaudapadacharya's disciple was Govindapadacharya and his disciple was Bhagavan Shankaracharya. So Gaudapadacharya has written commentary, and that commentary is called as the Karikas in the form of verses. And on the basis of those, Bhagwan Shankaracharya has further explained these mantras as well as these Karikas written by Gaudapada Acharya. On the basis of this, the whole edifice of Advaita Vedanta is established. See. And therefore there are 4 chapters. Now what are the 4 chapters? Ate eva na pruthak sambandha abhideya prayojanani vyaktani vaktavyani nani eva tu vedante sambandha abhideya prayojani tani eva bhavitum arhati tathapi prakarana vyakhya chikhya suna sankhepataha vyaktavyani. Now for explanation of any scriptural text, 4 principles are to be brought into understanding. If 4 are understood clearly, then the study becomes fructifying, otherwise not. One is, what is the subject matter, Vishaya. Then what is the Sambandha, what is the relationship of the subject matter and us. Then the third is Adhikari, who is a qualified student. And Prayojan, why we are studying. If you ask me, time pass. See? How satsanga is time pass? Because na kuch pana, na kuch khona, you don't get anything here. See, if we are able to understand this, satsanga gives us nothing. Why we should come? Don't come. See, Maharaj, it is not, Swamiji, I have been studying Gita for so many years, but nothing happens. To whom? To Gita. See, unless she is your wife. Therefore, Prayojana, what is the purpose? Purpose is told in our Vedanta is Dukkha Nivrutti and Nirankusha Trupti. 2 things. In Panchadashi we have studied, there are 7 stages through which every seeker has to go. First is avidya, incomplete understanding about ourselves, about the world, about the spiritual practice and about God. Avidya. Then as a result, the avarana. So the knowledge is covered by these wrong notions. Then the third is, as a result of that, vikshepa. The mind becomes agitated. And when the mind becomes agitated, we become frustrated. I don't know what I should do. I have done so much for everybody. But no. Then go to PremPuri for satsang. See, Maharaj, unless we have a disease, we will not go to the hospital. You see, there, Adhyatmic hospital. Here we are not invited. I am also not invited. I tell Girish Bhai, yaar, kuch to organize karo. Why Kujli? See, friends. Therefore, the avidya, avaran, vikshepa. Then we go for satsanga. Satsanga is paroksha jnanam. We are only hearing, we have no experience about it. Paroksha jnanam. And when we hear it and then start practicing. See, friends. So up to paroksha jnanam, your contribution is minimum. You are getting everything pre-digested food. And then comes the aparoksha jnanam. Now you have to work on it. See. And when we start practicing knowledge, you know the beautiful part of knowledge practice? Tat chintanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam tat prabodhanam, etat eka paratvam cha brahmabhyasam vidurbuddhaha. The one and the only one, no other theme in mind. See. Tulsidas says, Kamihi pyari, nari pyari jibi, lobihi priya jibi dam. Like for a greedy person, everywhere he will think only of money. In the same manner, this vision opens up. After study of the Vedanta properly, then yatra yatra manoyati tatra tatra samadaya. When can it happen? Deha bhimane galite, vidnyate paramatmani, Yatra yatra manoyati tatra tatra samadaya. See, our vision changes. So the study of the scriptures is basically aimed at we have to change our biased vision. When the vision changes, the perceptions change. When the perceptions change, then our interactions change. When our interactions change, our experiences change. When our experiences change, our life changes. Where we started, we have to change our vision. So study of the scripture is for changing our present wrong vision without creating another vision. No. The beauty of Vedanta is wrong notions are erased without replacing by the new notions. In case of karma kanda, upasana or yoga, it is the replacement of the notions. Earlier I was a bhogi, now I is a yogi. Earlier I used to sleep up to 10 o'clock, now I sleep up to quarter to 10. See? Why? I is improving. Earlier I used to get very angry, now I get little angry. Friends, the problem is this I. Vedanta helps us freedom from I, not freedom for I. Unless we catch this point, we will be far away from the spiritual practice. Therefore, what is the prayojan of study of the scripture is dukkha nivrutti. So when the aparoksha jnanam takes place, so first paroksha jnanam by satsanga, then we start practicing, it becomes aparoksha jnana. When aparoksha jnana happens, when we come to discover that we were foolishly getting disturbed in this world, net result is dukkha nivrutti. See, we get miseries on two counts. One count is we get things which we do not want, and we don't get the things what we want. The net result is misery. And when this thing is corrected, Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter, Jitatmanaha prashantasya paramatma samahitaha shitoshna sukhadukkeshu tatha manapa manayo. The world comes in our life in the form of the complementary opposites, sukha dukkha, etc. But Jitatmanaha, when our mind is no more influenced by joy and sorrows, paramatma samahitaha, we have merged 50% in Paramatma. What about the second 50%? There again, Bhagavan says, manapamanayoho prashantasya. World comes to us in two forms. One is the worldly experiences as joy, sorrow, etc. And second, the world comes to us in the form of honor and dishonor. See, when we get respect and reverence, we start bloating. A frog becomes a bull. And then the moment dishonor happens, immediately he is squeezed into a small mosquito. Manapamanayoho prashantasya. He who is not elated by respect and not frustrated because of the disrespect, Paramatma samahitaha, he has merged himself into the absolute reality. This is what it is. First is dukkha nivrutti. Nothing disturbs us. See? Misery proof and dishonor proof. Therefore, this is the ultimate prayojan is nirankusha trupti, unconditioned fulfillment in life. See? Unconditioned fulfillment happens only etad buddhva buddhiman syat krutakrutyascha bharata. 15th chapter, last line. See? Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya anaga. Hey Anagha, O sinless one. Agha means the sins. Anagha means no sins. O sinless one. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya. This secret knowledge, guhyatama. Guhya shastra is the dharma shastra. We should respect elder, we should not speak lies, blah blah blah. Dharma Shastra. Guhyatara Shastra, go on chanting the Lord's name and eat his head. And Guhya Tama Shastra, know yourself. See? And therefore, etat buddhva. It is not said, etat krutva. Karna kuch nahi hai. Etat buddhva. Then what is the result? Buddhiman syad kruta krutyascha bharata. You attain fulfillment in life. Friends, this is such a subjective thing. About this I'll tell you one simple example. There was one lady, now she is no more, here in Bombay only. She was very well read in Vedanta. And she used to conduct classes, Upanishad classes and Bhagavad Gita, and very intelligent, dynamic lady. One day, whatever has happened, suddenly she has gone into hibernation. No confidence. She could not even cross the road. What happened? What happened? So her daughter came to me. Swamiji, see what happened to mommy? She is, we don't know what happened to her. Suddenly she became like that. I said, I will come on one condition, give me good food. So I went to their house for food. You can purchase me by good food, nothing extraordinary. But don't think I will be always purchased. After it goes out, it's over. It's a short time. So after we finished the food, then I told all others, hey, you all get out. I sat with that Amma one sofa set. I said, Amma, I'll ask you a question. You don't ask me question. I am allergic to questions. You reply my question. Yes, Swami. You have been teaching Vedanta, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita for last more than 15, 20, 30 years, is it not? When I spoke to her, she was about 70 years old. She said, yes. I said, my question is, have you discovered fulfillment in your life? When I said like this thing, she started crying, put her head on my shoulder and spoiled my shirt. See? I said, what happened, Amma? Swamiji, you have touched my heart. I said, yes, I am a heart specialist. See? Then what should I do? You are true. I am blank. I don't know what is my life. You have studied so many times. Therefore, not only dukkha nivrutti, but nirankusha trupti, unqualified fulfillment in life must be the end of our life. It is not posthumous. See, friends. Then I told her, I said, I have got one book. Again, you are not asking me any question. You do or you don't do, who cares? I gave her one book I had that time by God's grace, one book of Shirdi Sai Baba's Pothi. Somebody gave me. So I wanted to get rid of it. So I said, look here, this is the book, you know this language. Every day you have to read one chapter. Sincerely, every day one chapter. And there are 53 chapters if I remember correctly. Then complete the whole thing in 53 days. Then again start. And again this will continue. And then I'll meet again when you call me for dinner. So after about 6-7 months, as if some glow has come on her own persona. And she started talking, giggling, laughing. He said, Swamiji, I have now understood. I had become only a lipstick Vedantin. Who is a lipstick Vedanti? For whom the Vedanta is stuck to the lips. It has not gone in. See, friends, when the words carry the meaning, then only it has an impact. But our condition is like one patient went to the doctor checked him and gave him prescription, take this, you will be alright in 1 week. And after 1 week he became more serious and came. Doctor said, what did you do? Didn't you take what I told you? Yes, I took it. Show me, how can I show you? I have eaten that. He has taken the prescription inside, not the medicines indicated. The lipstick Vedantis are like this. See? Therefore, friends, to convert the knowledge into experience, it is the process of devotion, surrender. See? How important it is. Therefore, all these 4 chapters in this Upanishad are meant for our evolution. Only logic is not enough. Tatra prayojana vad sadhana bhi vyanjakatvena avideya sambaddham shastram parampariyena vishishta sambandha avideya prayojanam udbhavati kim. Now here it is said, who is the adhikari before we go to the next? Who is the adhikari? 4 things I told you. Who is qualified for the student? He who is adhikari. Adhikari means what? Qualified student. There is no quota system on the spiritual path. No, so much percentage for useless fellows, so much super useless fellows. Then they will get realization. No, you have to be qualified. Now, who is a qualified student? It is said, sadhan chatushtaya sampanna adhikarinam ayam tattva bodhaha vidiyate. Sadhan chatushtaya, the 4 aspects of the spiritual qualities or the seeker's qualities. First is viveka. See, by simply keeping somebody's name as Viveka, nothing happens. You will see many Viveks are dumb. See, similarly, many people name their children Soham. Now, Soham is a mantra. You have to chant. Do you give somebody a name? Hey, Om Namah Shivaya, come here. We don't give a mantra as a name to somebody, but people do here. So, Soham. See, friends. So, Viveka is the ability to discriminate at different levels. See. First is a very gross ability. That is called as Tila Tandula Nyaya. When the rice and the sesame seeds are mixed together, then you have to separate them, Tila Tandula Nyaya. Very gross to understand. Then the second one is the milk and the water mixed together. Separate them, heat it, the water will be separated, milk will be separated. Second separation. The third separation. Now Vedanta is incomplete without snake and the rope. See? So the snake and the rope, discrimination. See? What is not seen. Ayathavat. What is not seen. What is not is seen. So although it is a rope, but it is recognized as the snake. And once the wrong understanding takes place, our whole life is a mess. Therefore, the Viveka is the ability to discriminate between the support and the superimposed. The support is the man, superimposed is the husband. The support is the lady and superimposed is the wife. And who are miserable? Husband and wife, where they never exist. When the non-existing entities are miserable, how can you help them? If you go to this Kundali writing Mahatmas and tell them, like many people ask us questions like that. Suppose somebody is born on such and such date, at such and such time, in such and such place, what will be his Kundali? They say, we do not write Kundali of imaginary people. In the same manner, some people come and ask, Swamiji, suppose somebody's wife is troubling him a lot and she doesn't listen to him, insults him everywhere. What should he do? I said, why you worry? Let him do. No, suppose it happens. I said, I don't answer supposed question. Swamiji, reality came out. I am asking about myself. So simple. Divorce, throw her away. You get dozens of wives. No, Swamiji, I cannot. Why? She earns. And I eat. See, friends, who is miserable? The non-existing entity. The day you understand this principle, you have understood a lot of Vedanta. Only come to know this. The one who is miserable does not exist. Can we fish out our reflection from the waters? It appears. It doesn't exist. Can we separate the man from the husband? This is husband, this is man. I can. Expertise. One young boy on some airport, he asked me this question. Swamiji, you are moving everywhere and people don't change. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, forget about it. You tell me first my question. What? Are you married? He said, no, my face is like that. So a married person has a blow on his face and unmarried person has a glow on his face. That is why the ladies have to put on the .com. Gents don't have to. They have got a blow on, not .com. The moment you discover this adhikari is the one who has the discrimination. Not small, little things should not upset us. But if you look within, we are all miserable. Never because of something great. We are all miserable because of silly things. In the morning I didn't get tea. Daridri. See? Are we miserable? Hey, I could not become the president of America. We never. If you just watch within, our condition and our cause of misery is also third class. We are also the same type. Be miserable like Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He used to roll on the floor. Today also, I could not have the vision of mother. See, my friends, Viveka, we live with this understanding. Now here, what Vivek we should apply? Now here, again our Mahamantra, where are we in the satsang? When are we during the satsang? So who are we? We are the satsangi. Therefore, any example should not flash us back or flush us back. Remain here now. Viveka. Then Vairagya. Vairagya is not against the raga. Vairagya is going beyond raga and dvesha. Both of them. Normally we mistake it. Vairagya means I don't like something. It's no. Vairagya is the result of the maturity of discrimination. More the discrimination, easier is the Vairagya. See? Then the third thing comes Shamadhi Shataka Sampatti. There is sixfold spiritual wealth. Like we have got our material wealth. What is the spiritual wealth? One is Shama, Dama, Uparati, Shraddha, Titiksha, Samadhan. These five are pertaining to our inner instrument. Shama is control of the mind to such an extent that the mind is available to us whenever we want, for whatever purpose we want, the mind is fully available. Virajya Vishaya Vrata Dosha Drushtya Mumurvuhu Swalakshe Niyata Avastha Manasaha Shama Uchyate. This ability of the mind to focus on whenever we want for whatever is fully available. Shama. Then Dama is control over our sense organs and organs of action. For this, we have got a Mahamantra. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. There is one organ which is two in one. And that is our tongue. It is used for tasting, then it is called a rasana. It is used for talking, it is called a jivva. Control these two faculties. About taste. Whatever food comes, before eating, you should say, oh, the food is very good, this is what I do. Otherwise, you have to tell lies. And the paap ho jata hai. Before eating, you say the food is good. Now, with the same mouth, you cannot say it is bad. So, consume and relax. About food, I will tell you one simple technique. I am not telling about sattvic food, rajasic food, tamasic food. I am not interested in that. Before taking food, don't think about food. While taking food, enjoy whatever comes. Don't eat just like that. In some house, I went for food and they were giving the food. I said, Amma, give me little salt and green chili. So she gave me, and she said, Swami, you have asked me at least salt and chili and all that. My husband never asks anything. Whatever food I give, he takes. I said, look here, I am a human being. I am not a buffalo. Just giving it like that. Enjoy every moment of your life. Life is a celebration. It is not a punishment. In many houses, eating food is a punishment. There was one old couple, and that lady had this disease of making new dishes. And one evening, she made something, and a nice candlelight dinner she had organized, table beautiful. And this old man was called, honey, come for the food. So honey came flowing, sticky came. I don't know how they call it honey, and it's very thing you feel honey, what is this? Then you call the husband as chewing gum. This advice I gave to one UP girl married to somebody in Canada. She says, Swamiji, here nobody talks Hindi. You please tell me. My husband calls me honey, and I feel so abnormal. What should I call him? I said, I'll tell you, but don't tell my name. You call him chewing gum. And he started. Great fun. So, that honey was called, and he said, and then she was waiting. What he will say, how it is. Ultimately, he didn't say anything because every day he has to suffer. So, she asked, honey, what is the best thing today you like on the table? So he started looking, candles. When on the dining table you are praising the crockery and the candles, it is a clear declaration the food is horrible. See, friends. Therefore, control over the eating habits. Before eating, while eating, after eating, don't keep anything in the head. Forget about it. Then comes the control over the tongue, talking. See, talking is the organ of action. We are all default set people. We have got comment on everything in this world. See. Try this. 2 techniques. Technique number 1. When we are moving in this world and we want to talk, that time ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, my friends, 99% you will get a reply, there is no need to talk. See? And to practice it sincerely, another mantra. Who asked you? Many times we keep on talking, whether other person wants to hear or not, like I am talking. See? Therefore, these 2 things, control over the speech and control over the taste. This is the Dhamma sadhana. So, Shama Dhamma. Then Uparati. Uparati is effortless withdrawal from the worldly objects. Shama Dhamma Uparati. Then Shraddha. Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharana Sa Shraddha Kathita Sadbhihi Yaya Vastu Upalabhyate. See, our Shri Sai Baba, Shraddha and Saburi. See? Without Shraddha, our existence is not possible. Many people have got that funny notion, I don't have blind faith. Faith is always blind. Faith has to be blind. When I know, I don't require faith. When I don't know, then to accept something, I require faith. Now we all have this only faith because of which we consider ourselves to be the children of this couple. We don't ask our mom, Mom, what is your DNA? See my DNA? No. It is just faith. And that mother tells, this person is your father, we accept it. We don't say, we don't doubt it. In the field of ignorance, faith is the inner strength. It is not a weakness. Therefore, we do not know anything about the truth. We do not know anything about the scriptures. So unless we accept it blindly, what our scriptures, Upanishads say, and what our teachers teach us, how that is right, that positive approach while studying the scriptures is called as Shraddha. And Yaya Vastu Upalabhyate. And on the strength of the Shraddha alone, we will be able to discover the truth, not otherwise. Bhagavan also says in Gita, Shraddhaman labate jnanam tatparaha sayyatendriyaha. Buddhiman labate jnanam is not said. So, Shama, Dama, Uparati, Shraddha. Then Titiksha, fifth one. Titiksha, Sahanam Sarva Dukkhanam Apratikara Purvakam Chinta Vilaparahitam Sa Titiksha Nigadyate. All of us have to go through difficulties in life. If you don't want any difficulty, be dead. Only dead bodies don't have difficulty. Rest all of us have. See, friends. Therefore, what is to be done? Tan titikshasva bharata. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Matra sparashastu konteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agama apayana anityam tan titikshasva bharata. Same word. Every experience in our life has these two options, sukhada or dukkhada. Either they give us happiness or miseries. And both of them have the same biography. They begin in time, they remain for some time, and they end after some time. And therefore they are temporary. So because of the temporary experiences, to become permanently miserable is not the wise way of living. Then what is to be done? Tan titikshasva bharata. Like you are pulled here and brought. Come for satsang. I don't know, no, you have to come. You have come. And now you are suffering. Then titikshasva bharata. See? Suffer silently. No. Titiksha is not a negative approach of the English literature. What cannot be cured should be endured. No, don't endure. Then convert the endurance into enjoyment. That is spiritual life. Tan titikshasva bharata. And the last, the spiritual wealth is samadhana. So Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Shraddha, Titiksha, Samadhana. The result of this five is you will be at peace with yourself. A person who is at peace with himself or herself is at peace with the whole world. A person who is at war with himself, he will be always at war with the whole world. Similarly, a person who is unable to keep his mind shut, keeps on constantly talking, he wants to talk to somebody. If you are observing silence within, don't talk to yourself. You will not want to talk to others. See, friends, this is how the mind attains samadhana. The mind is at peace. And such a peaceful mind alone is able to recognize the truth as it is. So, who is the adhikari? Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shataka Sampatti, and the last one is Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutva means only recognition that we have put ourselves in our own jail of wrong notions. We have to get freedom from only wrong notions. See, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho bandhaya vishayasaktam muktam nirvishayam smrutam. In Amrita Bindu Upanishad, this mantra comes. We only imagine. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. We only imagine. I am most unfortunate, See, other people are so lucky. You only keep on imagining. If you have to imagine, why don't you imagine positively? Everything is wonderful, very good, nice, happy. It will be like that. See? Therefore, mumukshutva is, don't imagine, we'll go to heaven. There is no place called as heaven unless you name your house as Swarga. One person did that mistake. He got married and named his house Swarga. And then he frustrated. हमने सुना था शादी के बाद घर स्वर्ग हो जाता है और हम स्वर्गवासी हो गए. See, friends, Swarga is not a place. See, Swarga is a fearless experience. In Kathopanishad, Nachiket defines Swarga. स्वर्गे लोके न भयम किंचनास्ति न तत्र त्वं न जरया विभेति उभे तीर्त्वा अशनाया पिपासे शोकातिगो मोदते स्वर्गलोके. See, fearless existence is possible under the following 6 conditions. We are not fearful of our old age and death. We are not fearful of our hunger and thirst. Like when I go to China, Japan, other places, same question, Swamiji, when you go to China, what do you eat? I said, I eat their cockroach pickles. It is so tasty. Eee! They are very tasty. Kha ke dekho. I am going there for taking food. I am going there for satsang. But all the time, khana, khana, khana. See? So first fear is with reference to body, old age and death. Second fear is about the pranamaya kosha, hunger and thirst. And the third fear is about the mind, shoka and the moha. All the time deluded and miserable. All the 6 qualities are completely erased. That experience is called as heaven. Loka means lokyate iti lokaha. That experience is called as loka. Loka is not a place. In this manner, this mukshitva is the urgent, intense desire to get free from the wrong notions. Now these wrong notions I explained number of times. If you want to summarize the whole Vedanta, is only this much. We are carrying the burden of wrong notions about 4 principles. One wrong notion is about ourselves. Second wrong notion is about the world. Third wrong notion is about God. And fourth wrong notion is about the spiritual practice. When these wrong notions are corrected, you will see slowly everything will start falling in right place and you will come to discover never you were bound nor need to get liberation. This is the crux of this first chapter of Mandukya Upanishad. On this, Gaudapadacharya, this commentary, this Karika is so beautiful. Na nirodho na cha utpatti, na baddho na cha sadhakaha, na muktaha na mumukshurvai ittesha paramarthata. This is the ultimate truth. Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed, nobody is bound, nobody is liberated. Khali pili pareshan ho rahe. After reading this only thesis, yes. If we tell simple things, we will never like it. Suppose I tell you, you should go to Devaprayag. From this side, Bhagirathi comes. From other side, the Alaknanda comes. On that junction, confluence of the 2 rivers, you should stand there up to chest deep waters. And then take your hand up and keep Rudraksha Mala in your hand and do the Mrutyunjaya Japa. Om Trambakam Yajamahe. You have to do 21 malas per day for 21 days. You will get liberation. I guarantee you will do it. But if I tell you, just be happy or relaxed, I say, spirituality. See, friends, we have trained ourselves in such a manner, we don't like simple things, we like complicated things. See? And therefore, when the victims are available, why the Babaji will not encash? See? Maharaji, please bless me. I said, okay, blessing. There is no point in arguing. You know, actually what happened, I had a very bad dream. So I keep quiet. There was a black cat came and she climbed on my chest and she opened the chest like the fridge and took out the heart like the Coca-Cola bottle and she was drinking it. And I got frightened and I got up. Swamiji, what will happen? I said, yes, this is my question. Is the cat still alive? After taking your blood, nobody can survive. No, Maharaj, please tell me what should I do. I said, look here, beta, this is a very bad omen. Then you have to do some puja. See? When the bakras are available, why not cut them? Vedanta doesn't make you a weakling. Discover your inner strength. Upanishad says, Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. The truth is not for those who are the dropouts in life. If you remember, first day probably I told, there are 4 places where the people gather. First place is the free Bollywood dance, maximum crowd. Second is the hospitals. Without invitation we go there. Third is the temples, we go there to beg. Oh Bhagwan, let my Sasuma go up. She is required there. See, the third one. And the fourth one is the gym. In the earlier 3 places, lots of crowds. But in the gym, no crowd. Because who goes to gym? Who is healthy and wants to maintain the health. In the same manner, Vedanta cannot have big crowds. There is one very great Mahatma, very good friend of mine. He was telling me, Swamiji, in our satsang, huge crowd come there. I said, look here, there are 2 types of Mahatmas. One is Pendal brand Mahatma and second is a hall brand Mahatma. I am a hall brand Mahatma, not a Pendal brand. Because after that, free food. So the whole kasbah comes. Do you think they listen? In the same manner, don't have that wrong notion that when we come here for Vedanta, something good will start happening to us. No! You will get out of wrong notions. This is what happened to Bhagwan Krishna's Upadesha to Arjuna. What is the summation or the ultimate? Bhagavad Gita tells us, correct your wrong notions. Arjuna's wrong notion was, he is somebody's disciple, somebody's grandson, somebody's brother. He has forgotten he is a warrior. That's all. Now what sadhana we want to do about it? Nothing. Now like here you are sitting. Not what sadhana you have to do. Only you have to focus your attention. Here we are for satsanga, only satsangi, nothing else. But if your mind goes, I kept my new shoes there, I hope nobody takes. Then you will be sitting there and never know the truth. In this manner, these 4 qualities, Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi, Shadakadampati and Mumukshitva, when these are in sufficient measure available in us, then the meaning of this Upanishad, this mantra will become easier for us to know. And in this manner, Kim punaha tat prayojanam iti uchyate rogartasya iva roga nivrityu swasthata tatha dukkhatmasya atmanaha dvaita prapancha upashamaya swasthata. We are all miserable because we take the relative world as real. Therefore, unless we come to know, although we are living in the relative world, but the relativity is not real, the absolute is the truth. So, man is the real, husband is the not real. Therefore, Karnataka, see, these natak things are so simple. How to do this natak? This also I told in a number of my talks. We have to do natak not with the things. We have to do natak with the people. See, now this statue or this thing, whether we do namaskar or not, he doesn't care. But about the people, you have to do natak. So if somebody is elder than us, never argue. And anything they say yes without listening. If you argue with the elderly people, that becomes a real thing. Immediately you say yes, they forget. Yes, about what? मैंने क्या पूछा था? You are relaxed. See, then who are younger than you? Just you say okay, never mind. Forget, forgive. See, don't start upadesh. This is what happens with the elderly people. When the children come, they start upadesha. Do you know why it happens? Be very attentive. Although it is off the track, but very important to know. A person who has been throughout his life a master dictating, do this, do this, do this, do that. And when he becomes old, he wants to continue the same mode, but in old age nobody listens. About this, there is a story about Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. When he was put behind the bars, and he said to his son, "Oh, at least give me some children, I can teach them Quran, and so that I am kept busy." When he was a king, ruling, only passing orders. But when you are in the jail, whom will you tell? But I want to give orders. Therefore, send the kids. And then he will start teaching there. Therefore, those who have taken that position in life, they cannot give it up. And therefore, elderly people, the moment they see the children, they start teaching. If the children are standing, are you standing? Sit down. If they sit down, how is it? Stand up. See? Why are you eating the nails? Then eat your head. See, important. These old habits die very hard. The other day here only it happened. One lady, she used to come for my satsang, very nice lady. She was a Montessori teacher throughout her life. So that language and toning she developed. So whenever she calls me, "Swamiji, how are you?" So I reply, "Mammaji, I am all right." Again, "But why are you talking like this?" I say, "Because I am in Montessori." See? I don't have to create examples, they come to me. Therefore, get out of these wrong notions in life. So when we are thus able to change ourselves, when we are able to change ourselves, then alone we are walking the spiritual path. So, yatha dukkhatmanaha atmasya dvaita prapancho shamaye sastata. When we take the relative world too seriously, it becomes a problem. Don't take anything seriously. Like you listen to Vedanta, listen to the world. See, in one place, my friend was driving little slow. I said, "Mahatma ji, jaldi chalo yaar." "Swamiji, don't call me Mahatma ji. Where I am a Mahatma?" I said, "Bevakoof, jaldi chal." The moment I said, "Bevakoof, jaldi chal," he was not angry. He was surprised. "Swamiji, how do you know? Everybody calls me that." See, friends, slowly, slowly, we will come to know that renunciation of the miseries is the only way to allow the divinity to express. If the husband continues to be happy, he is the realized husband. If the man is miserable, he is a frustrated, unmarried man. See, friends, in this manner, tatha dukkhatmanasya atmanaha dvaita prapancha upashame swastata. Therefore, we all have to live in the relative world, but do not get too much influenced by the relative world. This world has been always like this. There is nothing new in this world. Till date, not a single thing is repeated in this world. Everything is the same again and again and again and again. Nothing is new. Our Corona Mahamari, do you think for the first time? See, during the period of 1908 or 1910 up to 1926, there was a pandemic in India throughout the world. Again, after 100 years it has come. We are lucky, we got to see that. See? Like the Mahakumbha Mela. Once in a lifetime you can see that. Therefore, unless we are ready to get out of this duality, liberation cannot be. And how do we get out? Only to recognize duality is an appearance and not the real. Therefore, Dvaita prapanchasya avidya kritatvad yaya tat upashamaha syaditi brahma vidya prakashanaya asya arambha kriyate. Therefore, the real spiritual practice is not giving knowledge, but removing the ignorance. See? In Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. There the word jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha, the wise people give the knowledge. No, the wise people remove the ignorance. See, once we understand the secret of it, then we slowly, effortlessly, we glide into the divine path like the fish to the water. No efforts are required. Only right understanding is required. And for this purpose, the Brahma Vidya Prakashanaya, for giving the Brahma Vidya, Ayam Arambaha Kriyate. Therefore, we are starting the study of this Upanishad only for removal of the wrong notions. And if that is done, the truth is already revealed. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.